Hello all, Seriously is here, back some more of the Frigateer. First things first, sorry for going so far over time last time. I didn't even realize I had let my timer saved for Planet Crafter videos at 45 minutes. Whoops, it just ran out, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was 30 minutes, whatever. Like, I got 3 minutes left, no problem, no problem. We'll go a little bit over time, no problem. We were 3 minutes over 45 minutes. Whoops, whoopsie. Alright, so between episodes, I finished getting the glyphs. We got them all. That's not the right spot to see glyphs. Catalog and guide. They're in here somewhere. Collected knowledge. The atlas, I think. Portal Glyphs. There we go. Boom. All of them earned. Easy peasy. I used the same method. Got them all. I also, to save us some time from having to go back and forth between the portal base, I already went to all of the systems that we need to go to. Put a base computer down at this one because this one does not have a space station in Euclid. So I think this is a 250 light year one. This is 20% fuel. This here is, I don't know. I don't know what this one is. We're gonna go check these. We're gonna do derelicts at these ones. Louise is where, and it won't be Louise if you don't have this. If you don't have green, if it's red, you'll have the default name. This has been renamed, but this is where the white frigates are, so we can go buy some frigates today. First thing we're gonna do before we head to these systems though, we gotta go back to the frigate so I can actually finally recall those 3 frigate missions we sent. These are my first 3 frigate missions ever sent, and I never recalled them. So, let's talk to the Normandy first. Command online, blah blah blah, download the mission log. We've got units, Gek relics, and that's it. Alright, no problem. We'll talk to the Leviathan. What did he bring home? Request the mind dump. We got a corruption loop, psionic egg, geodesite, units, and that's it. Okay, all right. Well, I was actually. Oh, I know what that other station is now. Now that I saw that thing there, that 300,000 light year one, I think is the system we go to for the living frigate that isn't the Leviathan. But first, we need to get something else. Total absence of valuable minerals, total absence, nothing. 10 magno gold. That's weird. 3 things, nothing found at all. I've never even seen these things. Is it because it's the ghost one? Ooh, storage augmentation. Cool. We made like no money from this one. Does this ship make us no money? Interesting. We also did not learn the new thing we need in order to get the living frigate, so we don't need to go to that station today. That's good news, bears. Bad news, bears, is we got to send out more missions. So let's send out 3 more missions. Does not matter where they are. We're going to go with the low range ones because I am low on fuel and we don't have free frigate missions yet. We're going to work on that today a little bit. Start with this one. I think it said it was balanced. It doesn't matter what we send because it's going to succeed. Normandy, you can go on that one. 2 stars out of a 1 star launch expedition. How much fuel is that? 50 tons, no big deal. I have been getting frigate fuel from space station missions as a reward, so it all works out in the end. Ship of the Damned is 22 combat. That's only 2 stars for that mission. That's okay. Even if it was 1 star for a 3-star difficulty, we would succeed. Same here. 2 stars on a 2 stars, that will succeed. And all of these were just 50 tons of fuel. No problem. Okay. While those are going on, we have to fly back to the space station because I spent all of my base part upgrades, the 5 that we had on the matter beam, and got that installed instead of going over here and buying this here. We have 0 salvage frigate modules. We'll work on that later, but today I think I would like to work on some derelict freighters. So back over to the space station we go. Not only do we need to fly there to buy a receiver, if they're cheap. I don't want to buy expensive receivers. I bought one 2 days running, and I don't know when the reset is, so let's find out. never scanned that planet? That's weird. Oh, well, never landed on it. That's right. If you've logged out of the game, it'll forget stuff you've scanned and not landed on. Was its name Random? Radom. Okay, almost random. I mean, I guess its name was Random, in a way. Whee! Ah, I think we did a scratch there. My shields are hurt. Of course, farthest landing spot. Why not? That's what rocket boots are for. Whee! Alright, what did we say we needed first? Yeah. Let's buy another receiver if they're cheap. We could also change our appearance. We haven't done that yet on this save. We've just been rolling with the hand we were dealt. Yeah, 5 million, I'll buy that. So that gives us 3, and we only need 2 today, in theory. So I'm 99% sure that the 300,000 light year is the living frigate. So we're going to go to Kujid for the 20% and the 250. I want to do this one first to figure out the name. Also, we have a teleporter built at this base, so we can get back. We don't have a landing pad built here. Maybe I want to spend some of my salvage data on getting landing pads unlocked so we can build landing pads at our bases. Oh good, I built this on top of a pillar. I was a little bit worried that our ship would be on the ground. Okay, so let's hop in and hop out. Make that restore point here. And away we go up into space. Alright. Where, oh where? Right there. Emergency signal scanner activated. Tuning, pulse drive, and voila. Like landing on this side because you get out of your ship on the right hand side. You don't have to walk around your own nose. And also it's pointed at our planet that we need to head back to after we're done here. I much more care about that actually. If we got here and the freighter had been facing the other way, I would have landed on the other side because it's just so much better when you're leaving to be facing the way you want to go. Yeah, I'll restart gravity. Restart hazard control. Is this my first derelict? This is my first derelict. It's not technically because I did one all in the expedition, but I'm gonna collect the supplies. That doesn't count. That wasn't this save technically. And we'll unseal that door. So now this is our first derelict, and because it's our first derelict, we're gonna fully do it. This is the Hizomato 6, and this is definitely the freighter I wanted to be doing here. Let's turn on our torch. Yeah, thank you for the heads up game. And because it's our full loot of these, we're actually going to loot lots of stuff in here. I'm going to switch to the boltcaster. And we're going to have to deal with not just ceiling turrets, but drones as well. So, get that out of the way. I actually just want to do a test drive here to see if we activate these, how much of a problem they're going to be. Okay, we can get one dead before it shoots us, and before we run out of ammo. That is what I wanted to see. Well, we're not going to run out of ammo, but we're going to need to reload is what I mean. So before we need to reload. Okay, I don't see any messages. We need messages. If we're doing a full loot, which we want to do to get... Oh, there's one. To get this out of the way. Log snippet, please have security credentials in this. Please. No, of course not. So we're also going to check in these rooms. These purple rooms occasionally have log snippets. See? It does not mean that this will be the log snippet with our security credentials. No, it's not. Should have turned that on first. And we don't have a cold protection module, so we're going to have to keep an eye on our, yeah, exactly, thermal protection. And recharge it with sodium and batteries and such and things. There's sodium floating around in the air in here. We just need to grab it, so we're not in any big danger. Oh, there's our security credentials. Excellent. There we go. There's where we... No, that's not where we use them. This is where we get the crew manifest. We want to get this. I should have killed that jellyfish first. He might sneak up on us and slime us. So we've done that. Access crew manifest. We saw that right here. But our next pop-up for the crew manifest is update. And that'll take another 3 or 4 click-through screens. We don't need that. We don't need to update the manifest. We don't care about the manifest. Alright, we got our credentials. We got the crew manifest. We're only opening containers and avoiding hazards. And looking for the way to go, which, if I recall correctly, is all the way around this corner. It's here, but we have to go around. It's been a long time since I did the Hizomato, in Euclid at least. Oh, look, drone in the air. Hey, yeah, there's a doorway and a ladder down. We can just hop down. We need another computer terminal. It's right over there. Excellent. Get those jellyfish out of the way. And do we have a heater beside this thing? No, not really. So this is what we need the security credentials for. We cache them in, they disappear from our inventory, and instead we get the captain's log. This one we have to read. Log in as the security credentials we found. They're consumed right there. And if we leave, we don't get the thing we need. So we have to click through these ones. Click, and leave. There we go. Captain's log. Now, forevermore, we don't need to do any of those. Captain's log or that. We're not going to have to deal with all that stuff. Yeah, wow, that was a nice fast freighter, wasn't it? If we actually went and did it, that would have been super fast. Jellyfish? No jellyfish. Alright, now no matter what we get here, we're going to take it. And we're not going to reload because we just wanted to make sure this was the correct one. And I remember the name. This is the correct one. It's going to be S-Class, or it's going to be a Starship customization engine, and it can be any class. There we go. That's exactly the thing we needed. The Hizomato is what we want for fuel, and that's the fuel module. What a perfectly successful first mission. We sent those missions out without this module. Whoops, we could have done this first. Whoops. Oh well. Let's get out of here, head back to our base, make a save, because we can't save on these things. And we need to offload the crew manifest, but we can't do it here. Whoops. That's not my base. Where's my base? Oh, it's right beside somebody else's base. That's why I can't see my base. Fair. I do think I might eventually... Oh, there's an anomaly here too. I wonder what it was. I might eventually take this to Isentown just to see if there's a space station in this system. And yeah, don't worry. I know we haven't shown it yet. Before we go, we'll show the Glyph Address because we didn't dial them. Alright, so the Hizomato, no matter what galaxy you're in, it will provide these perfect S-Class fuels. They're 20% fuels. It's the best one you can get. And they are found at this Glyph Address right here. Bird, Sun, Triforce, Whale, Y, or a tree there, a cube, sunset, boat, moon, and bird. Alright. So there we go. Glyph Address settled. We got our module. We're going to go to the previous space station we were just in, so Shua, because the freighter's there. I don't want to warp to the freighter to install this, because if I do that, I'll have to fly back to the space station. So we're just going to warp here. Because I installed a teleport receiver, we should be able to install this from the space station, no problemo. And we'll just double check that this is the thing that we wanted. Yeah, we made an autosave restore point when we got out of the ship. What are those? Oh, right. Yeah, we have to hand in our stuff and things. So the other person we can hand it in to is the guild envoy. I think we should do that because we are trying to make reputation, and I don't know how this affects standing these days. I have not done this since the change to the guild envoys. So let's see what we get by handing in both of these things. Crew manifest. And that just brings me into this tab. We could donate stuff, but I don't have anything. What do we get? Does it say? Alright, well, let's try this. Captain's records. That brings us here too. Well, this is just their thing. Alright. That does clear the marker from my mission and the items from my inventory. Alright, cool. We didn't get anything for it though. So for future reference, if you want some tainted metal, bring it to the scrap guy underneath the stairs there. Alright, restore point saved. Let's get this installed. Boom. Oh, that's only 20%. Oh, the Hizomato is the is the 250. Well, that's where we're headed next. Is the that's right. Oh, I'm so dumb. I even marked it. That's not the thing we want at all. But it'll do. It'll do. Like I said, no matter what we're doing, we're taking whatever we get there. We want warps here. Hizomato is for 250 light years. What I want is space stations. Kujid. This is the 20% fuel module one. So let's go do this one. This one has a space station. Obviously, we're warping to it. So we don't need to do a base. We don't need to fly down to a planet. I might just go get the Sister of Gryph address in. It has a space station, and it's also a 250 light year hyperdrive. 250, we don't need that. We don't really need that at all. Hyperdrive range, not a big deal. I can already go like 2,000 light years in this. Well, almost. Close enough. Alright, derelict number 2. Let's get this thing activated. And we'll fly over this way. Doesn't matter which way. Very nice space color here. Blue, teal, aqua. Alright, we have a derelict facing no particular direction towards where we came from, so it doesn't matter which side we land on, except which side we get out of our ship. Can't remember the name of this one by heart. It's not worth trying. Zuwak Hammer. I wanted to say there was a W in it, but I didn't know if it started with a W. Was it the Wazak? So this time when we talk to this computer, we shouldn't have 3 things to decide here. Just, well, we do, but not 3 steps. So, because we finished our first freighter. If we hadn't done finding the captain's log and all that stuff, we would have to do that every time we came here until we eventually found a captain's log and handed it in. Flashlight on. And we're not going to pick anything up. I do need to get all of the stuff and things from those blue crates for the building parts, but we'll worry about that some other time. Right now, I want an actual 20% fuel module. Can walk straight past these guys. And I want to say that there's not even drones in this one. It's just jellyfish, which is one of the reasons I like it. But there might be drones. Maybe I just never found them, or they never found me. Jellyfish can be quite the hazard, actually. They take off 1/3 of your shields when they hit you. I think, no matter how many shields you have installed. I think it's just a flat percentage reduction of shields when they hit you. So, be careful. But they're so slow. Whoops. there's almost no point in worrying about them. Unless they're right in your way. Yeah, that was, well, I'd say that's more about a fifth of my shields. Still, that's a huge amount of my shields. But yeah, I'm not having any drones get angry at us for shooting the ceiling, right? We just came in through there. What was that for? Wow, I didn't know that. We just did some call creature missions by shooting jellyfish. Neat. I guess the downside of this freighter is that there is an up ladder. Just interminable. But we're already done this one as well. Here we are, engineering. Alright, we're also going to have to risk getting a starship core here that we don't want, but that's what we're doing. We're gambling. Number 1, technology. S-class what? Not what we wanted, but it'll do. All of the other ones except fuel are identical. Fuel and hyperdrive are the ones that you need to gamble on because there's variables to consider. Alright, since we got both of those on lock, we're going to fly back to the space station. Check out the Glyph Address here, because this is definitely the correct ship. And then we'll go to Louise and we'll buy some frigates if we have any money left. Yeah, we got 32 million. I scrapped another interceptor. I mean, that's only going to realistically let us buy... I mean, if we really push the limits, we could get 15 frigates with that. But I don't want to buy zero mission C-class frigates exclusively. I want to buy stuff that looks good. So we might be spending up to 3 or 5 million per frigate, depending on what we're looking for today. And by the way, what we're looking for is support frigates. We'll just head straight there. I'm pretty sure Louise is a yellow star if I want to call in my freighter, because I can't call in my freighter anywhere yet except yellow stars. A little bit annoying. That'll be the next thing that we need to work on with our salvaged frigate modules. And that's what we're doing next time on Frigateer. We're working on getting all of our stuff unlocked. We're going to work on space station missions. We'll hand in the ones we've completed today for call. And we'll take even more, and we'll do more. We'll get more reputation. This is Explorers. But we need to get all our reputations up so we can get free salvaged frigate modules. Alright, we are in Louise, right? That sounds weird. The Louise sphere. Yeah, we're in her sphere. So, somewhere around here should be a fleet up here. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. And then one will pulse in a second. Alright, so we've got a couple over there. I don't see any supports. That far left one looks like a combat. I don't know what that one is. Oh, that's a support. Let's check this out. Cost is over 2 million. Yeah, generally they cost over, but sometimes you see them for 1.8 or 1.6, especially if they have negatives. This is above average stat-wise, and it's about to level up. One more mission, this will level up. So I'm definitely going to buy it. And this is already down to 3 tons of fuel with only a 16% fuel reduction. This should be 4. That's awesome to see. So that was the only support over here. We'll just go check that far left one. It might have been a support. No, that's definitely combat. You can tell by the nose. They have similar tails, but very different noses. Let's check this fleet. I can see a support top left. I can see a combat left underneath that. I can see a combat far left bottom. That's a combat there as well. Might be stuff behind the ship, but let's go talk to that support that we can see for sure. B-class. Ooh, that's an immediate buy. That is the exact thing we want to see happen to these things. This one's already down to 2 tons of fuel. That's a fantastic ship. And this is pretty good too. I'm not going to sneeze at that, but that, I want another one of those to appear on this ship. 5 million for that one. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. All right, let's take a peek. We got our markers showing up now. So there's that one, that one, that one, and that's it for this fleet. So yeah, they're all combats over here. So, next stop, halfway between here and that green planet. We've got money to spare. There we go. Yeah, you know what? While we're here, options, general. It's annoying for my clicks. I like my clicks to be nice and loud, but this ship is so loud. Only in space, it's not such a bad egg in atmosphere. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. We should have a fleet up here somewhere ahead of us. Hopefully somewhere we can see and not in the shadows up there. There it is. Nice markers blocking all of the shapes so I can't see what's what. Let's go take a peek. Combat. Trade. Combat. Trade. And is that it? There's an industrial right here and another trade. So no supports in this fleet. Point over this way. Got a good look at the next fleet coming in. I see a trade and an explorer and a trade and an explorer. Oh, I was wrong. They're industrials, not trades. Still, they were not supports. Oh, what's that? I didn't see this guy. Combat. Okay, fair enough. Let's fly into the sun. Let's give it up. Just fly straight into the sun. All is lost. No, you only have to fly in any direction for about 6 or 7 seconds. Boom, we're done. And the sun makes the area nice and bright, so we should be able to see the frigate fleet appear no matter where on the screen it pops in. See, lower left, even though that was the darkest part of the screen, immediately saw it. I see a support right there. That one might be one behind it too. Let's head over to that side. Wait for our markers to appear. So we got a trade and 2 industrials, a support and a combat, and something behind that freighter over there. Now we've purchased every single one we've seen so far. And you know what? We're going to purchase this one too. This is even better stats than the first one we saw. The absolute best you can get is 4 in everything if it hasn't hit 4 expeditions yet. So that's pretty good. Now we don't know that it's going to level up to have good abilities like minus to fuel, but it's a gamble. It's only one mission to find out. Well, that's not true. It might not get an upgrade on its first level up. So we have a second fleet to check here, and then we're done for today. Well, I'm going to keep buying frigates and stuff. No. If we average this out, if we take 2 off of this and put it here, this puts it at 2 all the way down, which is exactly at 50%. Not bad, but it's going to take 2 missions just to figure out if it's worth leveling up or not. No thanks. No thanks. We can afford to be, we need to afford to be picky. We are already, at 23 million from 32 million. We've spent 10 million already. After spending 5 on that derelict freighter receiver, which I need to buy a lot more of. Oh, yeah, perfect. Look at that. Bam. And 2 more expeditions until it levels up to level 2. These are very low stats, but this could all be all 1s, and I would pick this freighter. Look, under 2 million too. Another one to check over here. And it looks like that one on the left is also a support. We'll check that out before we go today. 2 negatives, bad stats. It's leveled up a lot. Not too much. 15 expeditions. If you see red stats, that's fine. You can gamble on that. It will hit S class no matter what. But why? Like I said, we can be picky. If we're going to be picky on stuff that just has bad numbers, we're definitely going to be picky on stuff that has negatives. Unless it has that fuel. Like I said, fuel trumps everything. If you get a -9 to fuel costs, you could have 3 negatives and I would buy this one right here. This is amazing. Now this is already hit level 2 at 8. It could be better, but it's cheap. We can afford it. And that's all that matters for now. I'm going to fly back to the space station and make a save. Where is that thing? Behind all these freighters? Of course. And that's where we are going to call it a day for today. Let's see. I have one more freighter receiver. We've got to install that. I need more slots. We don't have enough room to install all of these we need. So yeah, next time we're going to skip out working on these things and we're going to go do some space station missions again and also hand in some stuff. We're going to do some donations and missions, get our reputation as high as we can get it with whoever we can get it with, which is the reason why I haven't purchased the landing pad yet. I want to hand all of this stuff in for reputation gains just to hit S class, well, S class, whatever, maximum reputation with the Merchants Guild as soon as we can. But there we go. We're saved. We've got a whole bunch of frigates to send out, and that's it for today. Until next time, have a good time. Oh, wait, one last thing. I forgot. Here is the glyph address for Louise. This is also in the Euclid. If you want these white freighters, frigates, this is the place to be. There's your address. Sorry about that. All right, that is it for today. Until next time, have a good time.